So, Jimbo, we're back.
Let's go. Pipe Dreams Podcast. Number 14. We're getting after it here. I'm pretty stoked. We've got an amazing guest here. But before we go into that, first I want to say a massive thank you to everybody at Daytona, Coda, everybody that's come up to us, myself and Corey, and said, we love the pod. Keep going. It really helps us drive it home. We've got merchandise that we sell to help fund it because the production costs are pretty crazy. So go to Defile Odds, pick up and comp a t-shirt. But again, just a massive thank you to all the fans for coming through. And then, as always, Law Tigers. They have been with us. They're our first sponsor. They've been with us. They really believe in the project, and we're stoked to have them on board.
Yeah, Law Tigers are America's motorcycle lawyers. Motorcycle accident isn't something anybody ever plans for, but you should always be prepared in the event that you do end up in one. And they help out anybody that needs any advice or whatever the case is, free, no charge. Make sure you get taken care of and back on the road and riding on two wheels again. So thanks to Law Tigers, and make sure you call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS in the event you have any issues. Yeah, it's been really cool the last few events I've been to. It seems like I think we have more fans now for the podcast than we do for actually racing. So
I know. Unfortunately, that's not the best, but it's blowing up. It's really doing well. We're really stoked. We know we want to do more and more, but it's tough with our schedule. So we're continuing. We've got a couple.
We're back on the road at least.
So exactly, and we're back in. We're back in the garage. So
back on the tour bus. We'll be able to hopefully get at least one in a month, but we're shooting for two now that the season's going and we're rolling back at the track. It's easier to get some of these boys to come out and hang out with us. Here trackside. We're actually, today's Thursday, so it's load-in day for Road Atlanta, and we've been super fortunate. Our next guest, like I said, is somebody I think that doesn't really get a lot of public attention, I guess, if you will, maybe. I mean, obviously his results have been really good, but I think as far as, media and so on and so forth, I think he's kind of like the silent assassin. So nobody really knows anything about him. We were trying to do a deep dive last night.
I text Corey last night. I'm like, dude, this guy's a ghost. Richie Escalante, we're stoked to have you here. I think, like Corey said, kind of a ghost. I think maybe super quiet, but man, your results have been there. You've been racing a long time, and we're stoked to finally have you on the pod.
Yeah, thank you, Corey, James. It's a pleasure to be here in the Pine Dreams podcast, and happy.
When did you get into the U.S.? You were home training, obviously, till between the 200 and now?
Yes. So normally when you have more like 1 month between the races, I like to back home and keep training. I love cycling, also running. So that's I training more with that. And I'm happy and ready to start a new season this weekend.
I gotta say, man, like you've definitely started posting a little bit more on social media. I see the bicycle rides. I'm loving it. I see all the training you're doing. What
Jimmy Armstrong over here? Lance Armstrong's cousin.
It's so funny because my Spanish is so bad, but I send him Spanish words that probably are all wrong all the time. But I love that you're cycling, and looks like you've got an awesome group out there. How are the roads out there for cycling?
It's good. Depends what part you live, but close to my home, it's some mountains, so you climbing a lot and. It's good. It's safe. No, so many cars in the road, so and that's a little bit more safe. So
you're in Mexico, but obviously Mexico's a big country. Where exactly in Mexico? Like, which part of the country? Yeah,
so I live 40 minutes to the north to Mexico City.
Okay, so that's like closer to California side.
Not really. It's more on the middle.
Oh, okay.
Of the city of Mexico City, and is the state. The name is Hidalgo. And my downtown is Tizayuca.
Okay,
that's how you say that. I spent 30 days in Mexico City. I was on a film, and it's beautiful. It's crazy. Like, there's so many, like, crazy things. Like, it's beautiful. I really, really enjoyed Mexico City.
It's a monster.
It
Monster
is.
city. Yeah.
Is crazy.
big?
Yeah, it's big.
And it's like wow.
So many people in
Yeah.
small.
Really? Like
know,
skyscrapers or no?
Yeah. There's like big buildings. There's big hotels like JW Marriott, like big. Like there was helicopters coming in on these 2 hotels.
Really?
Yeah. It was like pretty gnarly when we were there, and the nightlife is insane. I couldn't believe how many people at night were just out. Like it was pretty insane there.
That's cool. How hard is it to go back and forth for you, like from the U.S. to Mexico? You're used to it now?
Yeah, and so I'm lucky. This year, I have the mission food support, so that's great for myself.
They put you on the private jet or no?
Sometimes, I crashed one time, and the owner helped me to back home.
Really?
in
Mr. G?
private- Yeah,
Legend.
private fly. So
Wow.
it's good. And now, after 8 years coming to America, finally I have my visa work.
Okay.
So I'm really happy about that. And now it's easy back home, come back, and that's
Yeah.
much better for me.
I think a lot of people don't understand how difficult that part of it is. You know, like they think you just come to race and you race, and like you don't have to worry about so much else. But there's a lot more that goes into it with the travel and the visa stuff. I mean, we know James's girlfriend is like stuck in the Netherlands right now, waiting to get her I guess her visa, right? That's what she's waiting for.
Yeah, the work visa. Same.
Yeah, Same thing. So it's difficult, and every race weekend I'm more nervous to fly Wednesday and what happened when entry to the US. So now I'm more relaxing and take some pressure off.
How are you doing it before? You were just saying you're going
Tourist
on
visa?
vacation.
Just tourist visa.
Yeah.
Regular.
And
Yeah.
like it's not bad like the first 180 days, but once you go past that 180 days, they start asking quite a bit of questions about what are you doing here? What's going on? And there's no rule anymore. Like you can go past 180 days, but it's the border, it's at the discretion of the border patrol. And if you get a border patrol that's got a hair up his ass and has, just got a bad day, man, it's really difficult. Like Nikki got pulled into one of those big rooms. They're like hammering her questions, this, that, and the other. And it's like, man, she's legit, And I couldn't only imagine when I went to Europe and did the England thing. It was my first year I did the same thing, like kind of a tourist visa on a sponsorship deal. And after the 3rd time, they were like, how much money do you have? Who's paying for this? Why are you here? Like, you can't just be coming over here to hang out. Like, you must be doing something more. Like, I was like shaking. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me in.
It's difficult. So many questions, and yeah. But for me, the most important, I always back home. So that helps a lot.
You prefer to go home?
For the moment, yes. Yeah.
You live by yourself?
Yes. Right now, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes with my girlfriend. Yeah. But no,
She's still in college, yeah? Or
Yeah,
she graduate?
yes.
Yeah. What is she going to school for?
So he's doing nutrition, and then when the COVID coming, he make the decision to change. So now it's something like public, like merchandising.
Okay.
Something like what's the it's something for like social media and stuff like that.
Like
Well,
marketing, like
marketing.
public.
Yeah,
public-
marketing.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
It's good for you.
yeah. So.
Help you come out.
So we did obviously, like I said, we were trying to learn more about you.
yes.
We were teammates, so I know a lot for the most part, but also like, just like your resume and how you started and all that stuff. And there's really not a lot of information, which is kind of difficult. And I even I was Googling like Mexican Google. Like you can like go and pick which regions you
Well,
want to
but-
like search for.
Yeah, but you understand Spanish a little bit more than
No, not really.
Not really,
Un
no,
poquito.
no.
Chat
Little.
Poppy.
But it's very difficult to find a lot of information. Is the media like in Mexico? Do they cover American road racing a lot or not so much?
Well, now with ESPN, Latin American, with the Pietri family, now is on live every race weekend. So that's
That's
helps
gotta
a
be
lot.
massive.
That's starting in 21
Mm.
when I have the battle with Sean. So the owners of this project is Argentina and Mexican.
Okay.
So it's why I start to pushing to ESPN come to watch the races. So now it's much better, but still I need more
Yeah,
more
there's not a
support.
lot of
It's not a lot.
So is that like a package you have to get in Mexico, or is that like on TV? Is that
That's a Star Plus. You need to
have a package?
have the
Okay.
package for the Star Plus, and then you
Okay.
watch the race.
So it's pretty much like a package here. So it's just it's more how do we bubble it out or grow it in Mexico? Okay.
with like I guess how you have obviously soccer. I would imagine is like the biggest in Mexico. Is the biggest sport, right?
Football, soccer.
Football, soccer.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like how far down is motorcycle racing? Like in the U.S., obviously, it's like the bottom.
No, it's like 99%.
It's the same.
Same.
Really?
Yes.
You always think, I guess, just because it seems like the culture of Mexico, like, there's a lot of scooters and stuff, right? It's like more popular.
Yeah, I think yes, but now with the F1 it's crazy, with the Netflix series and everything, and Checo Perez, the representative of Mexico in F1. Now more people like the races, so
Yeah, it helps everyone a
helps.
little bit, right?
Yeah, I think
It seems
it's
like
good.
if they see it, they love it. Like like you said, there's a lot of transportation on two wheels over there, and it's more about getting people. I would assume though, if there is races over there, it's probably pretty packed. Like there's got to be a lot of people that would like to go.
Did they do an F1 race last year
Yeah,
in
and
Mexico
it was,
City, right?
dude, it was massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
I watched
Sold
it.
out.
I
You
go,
did?
Yeah.
That's so
It's
cool.
crazy.
You went?
Yeah,
Really?
it's really
Like,
good.
like
really good.
VIP with mission?
No. This time normal, regular ticket.
okay.
But I enjoy a little bit the different part. I think in the paddock is you saw the
Yeah.
close the riders and the teams, but you never know what happened outside.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
kinda
just
cool.
for funny to be different, and
Yeah.
it's crazy weekend, and
Yeah.
it's a great show.
Yeah.
Definitely.
How many people went to that race?
Dude, it was like over
Maybe,
100,000.
100,000,
Yeah, like
I don't know.
150,000 or something. It was. I remember seeing pictures and it was packed. Like every grandstand rammed, outside rammed. Like it was packed.
Mexico
And
City,
Checo
the
is
track
like,
is,
they're like, oh,
yeah.
dude, he is
full
like,
support,
he's
and
like,
then crash in the Trump one.
I know,
first
dude.
lap.
First lap, yeah, I
Yeah.
remember.
they just like hovered him out of there.
Yeah.
Like,
So the Mexico track, you have the stadium.
Yeah.
That's the Foro Sol name. Then when finish the race, you can walk to there, and then DJs start
Like concert.
like a party.
concert and big parties. So
Is
it's
but
just
that's not is that a street circuit?
No,
no,
It's a circuit.
regular.
but it's like
But you
they,
guys don't ride there.
No. The problem is it's in the middle of Mexico City, so
Ah.
you don't have more space to maybe change a couple corners for more safety.
so
for
it
the
is.
bikes.
So it is a street. Like it goes in through the street.
No, really, it's a track, full
But
track.
it's inside the city.
It's
so-
inside
That's
the city.
insane.
So you want to go like more GP, you need to change a couple corners for more safety.
The wall.
And no more space. So this
Mm.
why
Yeah.
maybe
I know
MotoGP
they-
not looking for.
Yeah, I think they tried or they were entertaining it,
Well, I
but
feel like it would be huge just because I don't know. The Mexican people seem very passionate about like even like Checo. It's like their whole world. It's
Yeah.
like one.
I think even if you brought MotoAmerica, it would be a massive event.
Yeah.
Just because they don't have it, and it would be something that would be crazy to have somebody who's Mexican in the series for them to support and to then have technically our championship international would be nuts. Like if that was ever
yeah.
to
I
happen.
remember in the past years IndyCar doing something like that. Race the American series, but one race is in Mexico.
Like an exhibition or something
Yeah.
a little bit.
It was like BSB going to Assen. Like they go for one round, they go over there, and it's like now we're international.
Yeah.
It
We
just
should
it's a
we should
lot.
go over there. It'd be sick.
Like that in Canada would be crazy.
But
Like,
there's no really tracks we could race at? No.
No.
Yeah.
Mexico City is
Pretty
the only.
dangerous.
Yeah.
So
street race?
with that being said, you're gonna be 29 or 30 on Monday.
29.
29 on Monday.
Ooh, you're close to dirty 30.
Yeah, close. No more 20s. Yeah.
But you started riding on small bikes when you were how old? In 2004.
Yeah, I started 2004.
Which was what, like
PW80?
Really?
The Yamaha small one bike. That's my first bike.
Oh, so like motocross?
No, it's motocross bike, but with road racing tires. So
Really?
it's like mini supermoto.
One gear, right? PW80. 3 gears.
Yeah.
I feel like
Boom,
yeah.
boom, boom. Yeah, 3.
3 up, dude.
That's it.
Those things are the best.
Yeah.
Probably the best pit
That's
bike.
my
man.
first bike and the first time I'm starting.
so-
Always. So I'm racing 20 years.
Yeah.
Always road racing.
Okay.
Wow.
Never, nothing
Never.
else.
No.
Have you dabbled in the dirt?
Yeah. I sometimes motocross, sometimes supermoto, but not really. I'm not good, honestly.
Really?
Really. Well, the supermoto a little bit more. I like
Yeah,
the
you
sliding,
slide.
Yeah.
but motocross difficult to jump double.
It's okay. We're
Yeah.
all right. We're in the same zone. We're in the same boat,
I don't
Richie.
even try, but yeah. So you started in 2004, but your dad had been racing for a long time, and then your brother raced as well. You have an older brother, Pablo
Yes,
Jr., right?
my brother also raced before. My dad also too, starting in the 90s and raced a couple years in Mexico, and also come to America to race.
Oh, Pablo.
Yeah, my dad.
Really?
Daytona in 250, 2-stroke.
Wow. What
Yeah.
year was that?
Maybe 93, 94,
Wow.
96. Yeah.
So I was like against like Roland Sands, no? Was that when he was on 250s?
I think also Oliver Jack.
Oh
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember his stuff was nice.
Was it Pablo good?
I think finished maybe 16, 17. So now my crew chief Frank Aragaki, he raced also in that years. So
No way.
he find a list.
Yeah.
I think my dad finished 15 and Frank finished 17.
They beat him.
That's
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
good. That's
so
awesome.
it's funny, to know my dad racing with my crew
Yeah.
chief. So it's
That's
great.
so funny. I didn't know Pablo raced.
Yeah, and then also 600 with Poncho Rangel team,
Oh, really?
maybe 99s, 98,
Mm.
couple races. Yeah, and in that moment in Mexico City, Latin American is a Latin American Championship.
Okay.
So you're racing like Mexico City, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, and Argentina. There's some different countries. That's if you win, is you Latin American champion.
And so he won
So
that?
my dad won 3 times.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
And did you come up those ranks and go and do those races in Mexico, Brazil, and Colombia as well? Or was it different when you were coming up?
No, me just only Mexico. Yeah,
Okay.
only Mexico.
They don't do that anymore, right?
No more.
Oh,
That's
okay.
kind of sad. though.
Sometimes yes, but it's only one race. Like,
Yeah.
okay, what's the next race? Let's see, Colombia. And then you go to Colombia, race Saturday, race Sunday. You won both races, you Latin American champion. So
Oh,
that's it.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
They should bring it back because there's some other tracks in South America that are pretty
Yeah,
good, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you
Do you remember like your dad? Did you go to the races with your dad when you were growing up?
Not really. No,
Really?
I'm a little bit crazy kid. So my dad take me to the races when I'm starting racing.
Okay.
So in 2004. Before that, not Richie. It's
Really?
so many problems.
No,
Why are you so crazy?
I just take my bicycle and do crazy stuff, and my dad no concentrate.
Yeah.
So he say, just stay at
Stay
home. I go racing, and then
Yeah. And then your brother, how old is your brother?
36.
36. So he started obviously before you.
Before, yes, when I'm starting the bikes before 2002, 2003, my brother raced go-karts.
okay.
Because in
Yeah.
Mexico you have a little bit more support and more future if you race cars. So my dad say, okay, the bikes, no money, no support, no, it's difficult. Why not try the cars?
Yeah.
And it's why my brother raced maybe 3 or 4 years go-kart, and then both changed to bikes.
That's funny.
You at the same time.
In the same time, 2004.
Okay, so you actually raced against your brother a little bit.
Just a little bit. Maybe before come to America, I raced with my brother.
Now, how hard is it to make that bridge from Mexico to America? I mean, obviously, it's pretty hard. We only have, right, you and a few other Spanish people racing here. I mean, how hard was that transition?
The transition is hard. But before talking maybe 2008, the first time I come here is when the Rookies Cup start.
Mm.
I know you remember your first, Corey, your first test on the Rookies Cup.
Yeah.
Maybe in February 2008 at Laguna Seca.
Mm-hmm.
I know you remember I coming with the Metra kit, like the selection bike.
Yeah.
And then Cam Bovier come to ride with me. You remember that or not really?
Not so much, no.
So Mexico, Red Bull Mexico, pushing to me have a special selection for race to try to race in 2008 the Rookies Cup.
Oh wow.
So when everybody have new bikes, new suits, helmets, everything at Laguna, I go to ride the Metra kit, the selection bike, and then I do the test. And when finish the first Rookies Cup test, I say, okay, it's possible you race this season. And then he say, okay, this is 13 to 16. I remember 13 years old to 16. And in that point, it's February. So in April, I do 13. I'm 12. So Red Bull say, no, you need to have 13. So no worry. Next selection, you already there. You need to go to Barber in 2008 in October.
Yeah.
And then
They cancel.
No, then go to the selection.
They did this test. They did the selection, but then they canceled it after.
And then
the selection.
cancel after the selection. Already signed the contract and everything.
No.
That's the first time I have the opportunity to come to the US.
Okay.
That's the first
So what was that like doing a test? Because you said you did it with Cameron. He towed you around.
It's funny. It's like just 2 Metra kits, the KTM's 1 to 5, like maybe 20 bikes, and just Cam and me riding maybe 10 laps around Laguna. He also raced in Europe, the Rookies Cup in Europe.
Yeah, the academy.
And then, just riding. And Red Bull say, okay, you good, not bad.
Yeah.
But you 12 years old, so sorry.
Wow.
Next year.
How crazy is that? And then
Maybe Cam remember. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have a couple pictures, but I need to find the pictures.
Yeah, please send them to us. That would be awesome
crazy.
to post. And that would be crazy if he remembers. And then how crazy is it now 20 or so years later, you and Cameron at the top of MotoAmerica Superbikes. That's full circle. That's really cool.
Did you try to ever go to do the European?
Yeah, so after that, my brother raced in the Spanish Championship in 2008. So my dad in Valencia look the Cuna de Campeones, the 1 to 5 Bancaja Championship.
Yep.
That's a great school also. And my dad say, oh, how much is for race here and everything that. And then when cancel the Rookies Cup, my dad say, okay, let's try Europe. Why not? Honestly, in that moment, I say, okay, I want to race and I want to be our champion. Yeah. So always is the mentality when you're young, you know?
Of course.
And I say, okay, let's go to Europe. And I raced 2009 and 2008. 9 and 10, sorry. In this school.
Did you try to do the Red Bull MotoGP Cup?
I try one time.
You did the selection?
The selection. And in that moment, Jorge Martin is there.
Wow.
A couple MotoGP riders. And no.
It's tough.
No, I'm training hard to the selection, but in the last moment, the Red Bull say, no, it's in Aragon, the track, Spanish, the big one.
Yeah.
And then in the last moment, karting. So I never ride small tracks. Always like regular track, maybe like little Talladega.
Yeah.
That's the small one track I ride on my career.
Yeah.
And then when I go to the karting, it's crazy. The Spanish riders riding.
That's what they grew up on, right?
Yeah. So it's crazy, so fast on the karting track.
Yeah, and then just.
And honestly, I don't feel good and.
It's tough.
Maybe 10 seconds in one karting to maybe Martin lap time. I remember.
They probably all rode there because they're all from
That's like when I went to the Rebel Rookies Cup, the first ever selection in Valencia. Dude, we showed up there, and I'm a dirt tracker. I show up there, and there's all these... It's a track day before. All these Spanish kids. And I'm like...
Practicing for the tryout.
Practicing for the tryout. I roll out, and I'm like... They're like, if you're good in a couple sections, we're just looking at potential. Psst. No, they weren't. They were looking at lap times, man, and that was a rude awakening. They're just these kids, man. Like these absolute kids were just absolutely sending it on these 125s, and it was a rude
It's
awakening.
impressive, you know. Yeah. Me, I have the same feeling when I come to Europe for the first time. When I saw the first laps, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's scary because you're like, you don't know.
Yeah, you listen the bike almost on the corner and
Yeah.
And you,
it's like,
and you get
wow, this is something different, you know? Because you coming from like myself, I coming from Mexico. I won in Mexico every category, like the small one, the medium, the 1 to 5, everything. And then when I saw the
Yeah, you expected to come over and be
maybe
pretty good.
why not?
It's
Maybe try
crazy.
to win, and then you
Yeah.
just looking at you
listening.
destroy. It's like, wow.
Yeah,
this is-
I was in this. I was same boat as you. I literally they came by going in turn one, and like you get 6 laps, like that's
For
it.
the tryout?
Yeah,
I
like
don't
you
really.
get,
I remember doing the one at Barber, but I don't remember
no, the
a
one
lot
in
of it.
Spain, dude, 6 laps. They had all the Americans go out at once. Like you didn't mix. It was only American,
Oh, really?
Spain. Like everybody was in their own country and did their own country went out together.
Was there other Mexicans that went with you?
I think so. Maybe yes.
Yeah.
But-
Maybe 2 or 3, no
Yeah.
more.
But
I think my group is Spanish. The Spanish
Oh,
riders,
okay, yeah,
you know, like Latin.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Same
yeah.
Spanish. Or,
Man, it
Which
was
isn't really
difficult.
fair at all.
No.
It's just be like the American with, with
yeah.
the Mexicans. Yeah, I can't even imagine. I mean, it is interesting. You see how many people from, especially the MotoGP Rookies Cup, who are at the top now.
yeah.
Right? Miguel Oliveira.
They have the
Martin.
program, man, and that it's crazy. What's crazy is the selection of crop, right? You get like 1 or 2 that come out in between the years, but then you have like these big crops, like Marquez is almost stuck in the middle, right? He came in early and he's now in the middle, and then you have all these kids like Bezzecchi, Martin, Miguel, like that are just stuck there, right?
Yeah.
Fabio. They're all in that kind of
Yeah.
crop, and now it's like all these kids underneath are getting stuck, right? So it's insane to see, and you got like Pedro is the one guy to push through.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
when I race
Aldeguer.
the Spanish school, the Cuna de Campeones,
Mhm.
Franco Morbidelli is winning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Jorge Navarro, the Brazilian Eric Granado. So the level is very high.
Yeah.
Very high. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you did, and then you went overseas, and then is that part of the CEV, or is it different?
It's
The
different.
Banca.
It's
Okay.
different. Yeah, Bancaja is just a school at
Okay.
Valencia, racing also Montmelo and different Spanish tracks.
Okay.
And then after that, I jumped to Moto2 with Team Laglis. I think Laglis is one of the best
Mhm.
team in Spain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And race Moto2, the Spanish championship for the first time, 2012.
On a 600.
Moto2. Yeah, 600 engine.
Yeah.
The CBR.
CBR Honda. Yeah.
What was that like? Pretty
good.
big jump, or was it? Did you feel more comfortable going to the 4-stroke than the 2-stroke, or no?
I feel more comfortable when I jump to 2-stroke, 4-stroke, and also big bike.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I not feel really good on the small bike.
Mm-hmm.
So when I jump finally for the 600, I'm starting to feel more level and better feeling.
Yeah. When you
So-
got on the Moto2 bike, like what was your best result?
Finish 8 in
8th?
Aragon. Yeah,
Wow.
not bad.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Aragon.
Jordi Torres is the champion.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
so
then he jumped.
1.5, 2 seconds. Not
It's
so
nothing.
close, not bad.
Yeah.
But in that moment, using Michelin tires.
Mm.
So really difficult tires. Maybe I crashed in 2012 20 times
Wow.
in 1
Ooh.
year.
Holy smokes.
And then you pay every time when you crash, you know.
Oh.
I pay for race in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Wow.
And so the only option was to continue paying if you wanted to stay.
Yes.
And-
So it's why I say
Yeah.
it's impossible. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Was there any other opportunities that came up to stay?
not really. No.
Nothing.
No. The team maybe give me a better price to continue with him to race for 2013, but this no.
Yeah.
Is it something where the better you are in the championship, the better the price, so that they can sell more? Is that kind of
Yeah. I
there?
think improve my results every race weekend. So when I finish the season, say okay, you have the option to continue with us,
Mhm.
but maybe not pay 100, maybe pay 80,000.
yeah, still is kind of
Yeah, it's like
It makes you
still
wonder
a lot
even-
of money.
Like now, that was 10 years ago. Like it's only gotten worse. You know?
Bro, it's like I hear it's like 250,000.
Yeah.
Like,
can't
and if you're
imagine.
good, it's like 100.
Yeah.
Like if you're like on the podium, it's like 100.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that the other day. They're like asking about like World Supersport, because World Supersport's like the same, if not maybe worse.
It's
you know?
crazy.
There's like one guy per team that's maybe paying a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody else is paying a lot.
Yeah.
And then
You have like the
They-
3 guys that
yeah.
are like maybe, you know, through the Yamaha program,
Yeah.
you know, but their sponsors like shelling out money.
Did you have help back then, or that was just on Pablo?
no, I have family support for sure, but I have a couple people love the races, and
Mhm.
it's why I make the budget
Yeah.
to go there.
That's awesome.
I always wondered, I mean, because throughout the world, you're pretty much the number one Mexican, right? Like,
Yeah.
There's nobody, is there anybody else that races from Mexico, like outside of, I know obviously not in MotoAmerica, but
not really. Yeah,
Yeah.
the level is good. A couple riders is going fast, but never have the opportunity to come or never try to come to
Mm.
MotoAmerica. You know, when back in 2013, 14 to Mexico, I won the Supersport Championship.
Mhm.
That's the high level, the top class.
Mm.
And it's why after that, my dad and my brother say, why not try to do the American Dream?
Mm.
So in that moment is why I come into MotoAmerica.
Yeah.
And you came in 2014.
I come one race,
Which race?
New Jersey,
Okay.
the final race.
6th?
I think finish 6th, maybe the first race,
Yeah.
and then crash on Sunday, maybe it's raining. I don't
Mm.
like the rain, so yeah.
Okay.
That
'Cause-
was in Supersport.
That's
Or
super,
super,
yeah,
super
super
stock.
sport. Yeah, that's super sport. I think the super sport
That was the
in that
AMA, not
moment is
MotoAmerica.
sport bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So that was the one we won.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that's a good class
Yeah.
to come into, and that's not a bad finish. Like just coming to New Jersey. New
I,
Jersey's
I
pretty
raced also Daytona in that year.
holy
Yeah, Corey won the
Ah,
both
yeah,
races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
big year.
Big year.
Big year.
Back in the day. The good old days.
The good old
2000,
days.
2014.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And then 15 became MotoAmerica, right?
Yeah.
So then, but you stayed for 2015. How did you, because you guys didn't like load up a trailer and drive across the border and come to race in New Jersey. You guys had to find a team, right, to come and race for?
Yeah. So in 2015, my dad have a new van,
Mm-hmm.
new R6 bike, a little bit support with Graves in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
asking for, hey, can you maybe help with the computer or suspension or engine? Say yes with good price, honestly. And then my brother looking for more money and everything. So every race weekend before, okay, how much money? Okay, the bike is good, the van, everything. Let's go. And
So you guys drove
yeah,
from Mexico,
from Mexico
Whoa.
to Atlanta. That's the first race.
and this is 2015.
That's 2015,
Wow.
and I finished second behind Joe Roberts.
Crazy.
So that's
Good.
It's good.
Yeah,
and
of
then
course.
Sunday I think rain. I finished fifth or sixth.
Yeah.
Still good.
So my dad say, okay,
We go.
let's go.
Yeah.
Try to
Well,
go
and at that
full
time,
season.
Joe was racing for M4, right, in 2015, or Amin,
Mean.
which
Mean.
was a big team.
Big team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and they had
That's
full
the
Graves bikes.
yellow bikes.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
Yeah.
they had full Graves, no?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the Grace bikes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he smoked. He was fast
He's
that
really
year.
fast. Yeah.
Very fast that
And
year.
you showed up in your van.
Yeah. So
From Mexico.
My dad say, okay, let's try to finish the season.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's pretty
And
amazing.
that was 2015 was right in that weird kind of time frame where road racing in America was good, but it wasn't
It was
kinda
a
great.
transition.
Yeah,
It was
there
a
you go.
transition period.
transition
transition.
period. So, you know, maybe there wasn't a lot of teams out there, right? So you kind of had to do.
yeah, I remember also, and the Superbike is more like super stock bikes.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It was like
difficult year.
yeah, difficult year. So, how many races did you do then in 2015?
Full season.
Okay.
So maybe a couple podiums.
Yeah.
And I won BIR,
Mm.
my first MotoAmerica win. That's on race 2.
Yeah. And so that year, did you see any of the tracks beforehand?
No.
Wow.
Only
That's
Barber
That's impressive.
and Laguna.
That's impressive.
Laguna for Rookies Cup
Yeah,
test, special
yeah.
test, and
Yeah.
Barber for the selection.
And you had to compete against Joe the whole year.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
So Atlanta first time, VIR, Road America.
And you beat him because you won, right? You beat him.
One time, yeah.
Yeah.
He crashed on turn 2 in VIR with
okay.
high side, and then I won the race.
nice. What's your favorite track for?
Road America.
A lot of people say that.
It's the best.
HD's backyard.
VIR is also good, but no more. And
I
Yeah,
know.
no, it's a shame.
Big Kahuna
It's a
days.
shame. How much money do you think? And maybe you don't remember, but how much money did that take, like, for you guys to make the decision to say, okay, we can go?
10,000
That's all you needed was you said, okay, if we have
one-
10,000.
for Monday to Monday, full week.
Wow.
If have like 7 or 6,000, I say maybe no.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
So
Because then I need to pay, tires,
Yeah.
hotel,
yeah,
Yeah.
and also give some money to Graves for good computer, good suspension.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
that's the most expensive part,
for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
for sure.
Definitely.
And your brother at that point obviously wasn't racing, and he started to kind of become your manager.
Yeah, that's the moment when my brother make the decision to finish his career. He broke his right hand,
Mm.
so in the
Scaphoid?
risk, something happened here. So he wants to take some bombs off, like no more,
Yeah.
and then for some reason never have the same feeling,
Wow.
and he make the decision to retire.
And then
So
just
he
help you.
for sure retire,
Okay.
and then make the decision to now support Richie, to find sponsors and
Mm.
try to
How like comparatively the level between you and your brother
similar
similar?
in that
Wow.
moment, similar.
Wow.
Yeah, very similar.
Wow.
Yeah, my brother is really fast also too.
Does
before.
that help you? Did that help you then? That when he stopped racing to have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To have some guys to just support you and give you you need to do this on the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Pablo, your dad, did he have a lot of help like with riding? Did he help you a lot to like learn or work on certain things from his experience?
Also too, yes.
Yeah.
Also, my dad likes the mechanic, so that's to me is really good. Because I'm not spend money for mechanics.
Mhm.
My dad doing suspension, engine, tires, service. Change the clutch, the brakes, so everything. So that's for me, I think helps a lot
Yeah.
during my career, especially when I training every week on my 600 at home. I don't need to have a mechanic, so my dad come with me and
Yeah, it makes
prepare
it
everything.
makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And
It's
yeah.
so funny, like, because I mean I only know Pablo like the last 5 years, maybe 4 years, but I wouldn't expect that to be Pablo. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even think Pablo raced because
Yeah.
you see him now, like his big glasses, and he looks like an artist, you know.
My dad is super funny.
He's funny. He's the
yeah.
best.
So did you have any sort of formal training, like growing up? Did you go to any schools, or was it just all pure talent and your dad helping you? Like, is there any?
Yeah, this is more dad, brother, and me pushing.
Wow. So this is just all just pounding
Yeah,
laps.
my first really coaching, and like some rider is with me or tell me things to make better is just Hayes right now.
Wow. Okay.
But before that, just my dad, my brother, and for sure you're learning
Yeah.
things, during
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
But you
races
just
and
all talent, just hammering laps. It just got you.
yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. And during that time frame, did you speak English then?
No.
So so how hard was that being in the championship, not really speaking English in 2015, 16? Like, what was that like? How hard?
I go to the school and always have English on my school. Like very young to university, maybe to high school.
Yep.
And for some reason, I never speak English.
But you took the classes or no?
Yeah.
You took English class, but you never
Yeah,
learned.
but never. No. So my first MotoAmerica podium in Atlanta in 2015. My interviews in Spanish.
But can you understand?
I understand a little,
Okay.
but 15, I think maybe airport same days.
Yeah.
Maybe right now, my first interview, first podium in Spanish. Yeah, and then
That's cool, though.
of course I'm start learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did obviously
But
that-
it's difficult. It's difficult
So-
when your language is no. you
Yeah.
know.
yeah.
So like just even like the riders meetings, everything's just a little bit different. Racing itself is the same, flags and whatnot, but just the communication and it's got to be pretty tough. Did your dad speak fluent English?
No,
you never spoke to Pablo
Yeah,
now?
not really. So
He has,
so
like,
nobody.
he can say like
No.
5 things.
my brother speak really good,
Okay.
Okay.
so that's
Back
for-
then he spoke really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
he learning in the school.
Yeah. He paid
Wow.
attention.
That's
Pay attention, yeah.
That's insane.
But yeah, it's difficult. Before I go to the meetings and no understand nothing.
You just hang out.
just sign the paper and let's go.
Yeah.
Now I'm understand a little bit more.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still miss something.
I know.
And with the crew, also it's difficult. Maybe right now in the paddock is good.
Yeah.
Good understand.
Yeah.
But then sometimes immediately when I go to dinner with my crew, that's more difficult. When
When
you start
everybody starts talking.
talking for normal life, and then sometimes I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that prevented you at certain points as you were growing up, like, or even when you came to America? Do you think that like held you back from opportunities, not being able to?
Maybe yes, a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure, yes. Yeah.
And because
I really want to understand a little bit more, speak a little bit better, and
yeah,
I think maybe helps. So I'm keep working to
yeah,
to learning more.
yeah. I mean,
I think it's important for the sponsor, especially
the
the pronunciation for the sponsor. Sometimes I remember when I raced in 18, 19 with the Russian team. Sometimes the name is difficult,
yeah,
and I not saying the same. Good. I not say the name in the correct
the
way.
way it's supposed to be said. Yeah.
And this team, these guys not really happy.
Really?
So, yeah.
Well,
So
what was the team?
that's Quicksilver, Lexin,
Oh,
Hudson motorcycle or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I remember that.
Do you feel like there was anything like any times you ever got like taken advantage of because you couldn't understand the situation? When you were like working with a company or with people for support and stuff like that.
Maybe, but my brother is with me, so
He took
no
care of it
problem.
mostly.
Yes.
Yeah. I could imagine. I mean, it's even I guess
Every time when I make something like contract, I need my brother for sure.
yeah,
So just keep diving into this. When we go back into the box with the team, like especially riding a superbike, maybe a little fast forward here, but how? I'm obviously you speak English, and how hard is that communication? Trying to was it better when Tony was there? Like, was it easier to communicate having somebody else who spoke the language and to help speak with the crew chief? At a being new. I know now you've been with Frank now. So he probably understands more. But Superbike's pretty crazy with electronics and things of that nature. How hard was it to learn the right terminology in English and to be able to get it across? Because maybe something you're like, I can't say it because I don't know,
Yes, it's difficult, especially the Superbike. So many things to
Yeah.
try and everything. You can change everything. Honestly, I'm not a rider to feel too much the bike. I'm more. It's really difficult to say, I need this to go fast. Or sometimes I try 2 parts, and I feel the same thing with the so like expensive part to regular part, and I try both. And what's the best?
I don't
Both.
both.
Why? This is better, So I just trust my team and believe give me I just try to say my feelings, but I believe my team understand maybe what I need
Yeah.
to go fast. But between like Tony is different. Tony separate the team. Okay, this is my crew chief, this is my bike, and this is my job.
You're separate.
Okay.
More difficult to now with patch is easier. Okay, I try this. You want to try? Yes, let's try, and then
More of a team.
yeah.
Okay.
So
That's interesting. I thought it would definitely. I think a lot of people
And then
maybe.
talking with Tony in the lounge, maybe in
Yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony, what you doing? why you try this? And but also Tony different style.
Yeah, very
and,
different.
And yeah, it's a little bit crazy in the
Yeah.
so I try sometimes Tony's bike and I don't like it, and Tony try my bike and not like it. So,
So it's tough.
different ways.
Yeah.
With Patch is almost same bikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, especially because you probably have some more experience than him, right? So he's
Yeah.
kind of learning from you more so.
But always, for sure, I need some feeling on the bike. I think for no 100% understanding between my crew, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be? This is a weird question, but do you think it would be easier to have a Spanish-speaking crew chief, like to be able to have a bilingual crew chief?
Maybe, yeah, a little bit.
Have you ever had a Spanish crew besides for your family?
No.
Oh, interesting. It would be interesting to know if there's things you could say in Spanish that you maybe don't, because you already have it. You know what you want to say. But
also, you need to have a good crew chief to speak very good English also.
To be able to communicate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you feel like as you've gotten better at English, it's made your experience here easier or like more positive?
More
I
fun?
Guess? Yes.
Yeah. It's got to be so interesting because I think of it like being able to like see more as you learn more English. Like you go from like not being able to see anything because you can't communicate or speak, and then like slowly as you progress and get better, like it's got to be an interesting feeling to almost like
feel.
Like yeah,
you can feel the emotion around you. I mean, like the conversations I know. Like when I go to Europe, it's like I'm in a cafeteria. I could be in the middle of a cafe and just not understand anything that's going on, but I see the smiles. I can feel the energy, but I'm just like,
you don't know.
Cafe con leche, like okay, like I don't know anything.
Yeah.
No, I can imagine.
That's crazy.
I think like when we were teammates, it was nice because you were like you were working really hard to learn a lot, but you weren't so comfortable to speak to a lot of people still. So we were friends and close, but you were very quiet still. And like the last couple of years, it seems like you're more public. You're more comfortable to go out.
For sure. Now I come to the paddock and say this is my second home.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, that's gotta feel good. How much does having your family still around play into that? Obviously, your brother doesn't come to so many of the races anymore, right?
No
Just Pablo comes to.
Yeah, my dad maybe come in 9 races, maybe come 7.
Yeah.
So this weekend just me.
Just you.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many times have you come to the track by yourself?
Maybe 2 or 3 times every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're used to it.
Yeah.
And then riding for obviously M4, they're a big team, so they're like, and you've been with them for
3 years.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a family now, or
yes,
do they're pretty good?
Yeah, I feel good with John and Chris working with the team again, and also with my crew, same crew chief, same data, same mechanic. So now,
it's easy. You just come in.
Good teammate, honestly. I have a good relationship with Patch and more riders, like Tyler, Tip Hobbs, Rosimore.
Yeah.
So I think this year 6 riders.
It's a lot
in the launch, so will be difficult.
Yeah.
I need to to clean my locker and not touch my.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people don't realize too is you're very particular.
Yeah, have always try to do the same thing every day.
Yeah, and you like to
something
be very clean.
Missing like this for me is like this concentrate. It's crazy. Like why I.
Is it OCD or is it?
He might not. Do you know what OCD means?
No.
Like it's called obsessive compulsive disorder. So it's like everything, like you said, like I know, from staying with you. That's cool. That's what it is.
I try to clean everything. And always everything. Yeah. I remember one time you're looking for your for this
my whoop,
yeah. But not the whoop, the
strap.
And then I think I take to the trash. And Corey coming, I'm looking for my new So I not say nothing, but I think I remember I like okay trash. Sorry, puppy. Sorry.
That is so funny, dude.
Yeah,
That's
but if it's staying
2
with
years.
you,
2 years ago. So.
yeah, it's okay. I
It's
got
okay.
another one. But I remember staying in the hotel. You clean the shower before we take a shower.
Yeah, stuff like that. But
Yeah, that's cool. When you obviously go back a little bit, but 2015, 2016, you decided to obviously stay in America. 2017, 2018 were pretty difficult.
But you
well,
had
16, Humberto Vaca finally. That's one of my best sponsors. So it's why I continues to come.
Yeah.
And the plan is try to win the championship in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And then before the season start, I broke my leg. My
Right.
first big fracture, tibia and peroné.
Mm-hmm.
And everything changed that year. So when I'm recovery and everything,
where was that at?
16.
Oh, 16.
Same class, super stock,
Okay.
MotoAmerica, with HB Racing team.
Mhm.
And then Bryce Prince make a big step that year, and I finish again sub champion. Same to 15. So
Mhm.
both years, 16, 15, 16 sub champion, super stock class. A couple wins,
But second.
but second.
Yeah.
And then 17, my year off.
Because
So in that point, Humberto say, I don't have the money to jump to Supersport. Sorry, Richie. And I don't find a good team. I'm start talking with John Ulrich in that moment, asking for more, of course, money to raise. Not crazy money, but money. And in that moment, I don't have the sponsor. Humberto no more. And my brother also have a kid. So my brother say, okay, now I need to
need to focus on
focus
family.
on myself, on my family, and I decide to stop racing. But in that moment, I say, okay, no more, retire.
Really?
That's the plan.
Wow.
17. Then I know this when I'm that year I'm start with my girlfriend relationship. So in one personal part life is good, but in the sporting really bad, really bad.
Yeah.
I just no more training. Yeah, crazy, difficult year.
Did you get depressed?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Just
My
'cause,
girlfriend helps for sure,
Yeah.
but
you
I
know,
say-
every day you just
yeah,
hammering for one goal, and then
no more. That's it.
what did you do?
Nothing that year. Nothing.
Like,
Just enjoy.
did you work or no?
Not really. It's just nothing. Just enjoy with my girlfriend the weekends, and then that's it. No training, no bikes, nothing.
Did you like party or
Not really. I
No.
never like
Okay.
a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fiesta?
Sometimes, but not really. Not like okay, I go to the party every weekend. But
Yeah.
for sure, one time each month.
The disco?
What is there to do around you? Like what if you weren't racing, or even then you decided okay 2017 that's it. What would that have looked like? Like what was your plan?
Well, it's just okay, no more. It's just like
But like were you gonna go to college and learn a new trade, or were you going to work for your family, or like what was your
Maybe-
your plan B?
maybe working with the family, the
Yeah.
business family, or maybe finish the school. Okay, I know finish the university, just the college
Mm.
and the high school. So I say okay, maybe try to finish, but everything you say, okay, I'm starting this, I'm starting work, and nothing happened. Then pass 1 year, full year, and no, I not do nothing.
At what
Well-
time? Well, so your family has a family business?
Yes, that's the transportation, the
Oh.
public buses.
Oh wow.
Like they,
Mexico City to Pachuca City, so stop in the small downtowns,
mm.
Oh wow.
and yeah, that's for
Okay.
4 years.
they
That's my
own-
grandfather business.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they own the buses, or they like maintain them?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's similar to the bike, you know. You need to check
Yeah.
the tires, the
Mhm.
brakes, the
Yeah.
the
So
service.
you could have gone into
Is
that.
it a big business? Like how many people?
It's a competitive business also too.
Okay.
More people doing the same jobs and the same work. So it's it's difficult, but it's big. It's big. Yeah.
That's cool. So that's something. But
Maybe,
otherwise,
yeah, maybe marry with my girlfriend. That's my big plan, or kids, or finish the school, or do something new.
So just kind of just little bit lost maybe.
I still watching the races, 17 MotoAmerica races.
For
and
angry or
just you love racing, so you like to watch the races and what happened with the results and everything.
At what point during that year did you go, I'm not done? Like, I got to get back on the horse.
I'm not fucking leaving.
That's in 18.
Yeah, I know, but like, what point in 17 did you go, I need to race? Or did you just, January 1, 18, I got to race?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I say, okay, no more. More fat? Not really, like maybe 10 pounds.
Gordo.
Or 15. 15 pounds more.
No way.
Yeah, so I'm going to start feel like, okay, no more. No more. I need to train. So I decide to back to train. Train every day, eat healthy, lost weight. And then for some reason, one day, send me a text, the Russian, the Mark and Daniel Schindler family. Hey, Richie, what you doing? I say, nothing, but you want to come to Chihuahua to ride the bike? I'm a new team, so I want to race Supersport and Superbike with Bobby Funk in Superbike and maybe Bryce Prince in Supersport. But the crew chief is Rocky Starnhead.
Yep.
And he said, "Oh, I know a Mexican rider maybe will be good rider." And his wife sent me a text and say, "You want to come to Chihuahua?" I say, "Yes, why not? I'm ready." It's like this text is in March. So already 3 months training, lost weight. Yeah. I'm ready.
Perfect timing.
So it's crazy. Like, this team started the project with Bryce Prince and Bobby Fong, and then in the last moment say, "Okay, Richie, if you beat Bryce today, you take his
Really?
No way.
Yes.
That's what they said at Chuckwalla. If you beat Bryce, it's your seat.
Yes.
So you guys raced.
Difficult, no? I think this starting January.
Just
and I go
pressure.
fast.
Have you ever saw Chuckwalla before
Yes.
then?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Before
helps.
with Humberto, that helps.
Wow.
And I do maybe I remember like that's for the lap time, 147.8. And Bryce 147.9.
Oh, so point
and
one.
Decide the team to, but I need to pay that year tires, my flights, my hotel, rent a car, and I think also pay the mechanic. I think maybe, and that's it. But yeah, it's why I back to the paddock, and then it's why Bryce also race with Tune team. I think
Was
hungry, like
was he angry
maybe
about the situation? Or
maybe
I don't know.
I don't know. That's my part. The team tell me that. I don't know
what they told him.
Yeah.
Well, we just broke the news.
Sorry, Bryce, dude.
Sorry, Bryce, but
Did you know his lap time, or was it beforehand?
just when finish the day.
So you had no idea during the day.
No, yes, you have but nothing
Not his.
compared, and then the last.
Wow.
Crazy.
How saucy
That
is
is
that?
crazy.
That is some
And
pressure.
then back to the paddock. Super
Just
Sport.
willing to throw it away to get it. That's full gas.
Full gas. Yeah.
Wow, that is awesome. That's crazy.
I'm a race 18, 19 with this team.
Yeah.
And that was Kawasaki's?
No,
R6.
R6, okay.
Yeah. And
Maybe 3 podiums in 2 years.
Yeah.
Or 2 podiums, maybe. Finish 6th in the championship in 18. Finish 5th in 19.
That's awesome. And then the Honus thing started with
Yes,
Humberto again.
With Humberto again, yes.
And so how did you even know Humberto? A lot of people probably may or may not know who Humberto is, but he was brought a lot of Spanish riders to the paddock, right? A lot of Mexican riders. And
Also in the past, maybe motocross riders too.
Yeah.
Helps.
Didn't he help Solis as well, Benny Solis? Or no?
Yes.
He worked with Benny.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's just in 15, I started talking with Humberto. Hey, how are you? I'm good. What you doing? No, racing, and you need something? No, I'm good. I remember I crashed one time and I need some clip-ons and something. Humberto say, I support you, no problem. How much? No, for free. This is why I'm gonna start my relationship with Humberto. And then, okay, I want to have a big team. Is why support me in 16. And then in 19, in the end of the year, he called me again and said, Richie, I have a project with Onos. That's from Mexico, Guadalajara. And maybe Kawasaki's, maybe Grave support. Why do you think you want to race with us? I say, yes, why not?
Yeah. Did you have any other options at that point?
I have contract with the Hudson motorcycles.
Oh,
team
for another year.
for another year.
Did you have to pay? Did you have to pay?
I paid some money to finish the contract, and also this team decide to retire.
Oh,
So
okay.
helps also too.
Yeah.
And then back to Humberto with Ono support.
So if not for the Honos, there was no other option when Hudson finished.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
'Cause-
I have again the same feeling to 17. I'm starting thinking maybe done.
Yeah.
No more racing again.
Mm.
And then Humberto
Yeah.
sent me a text and
Before we get into kind of more recent years, probably time for a little bit of a Law Tigers break.
Dude, I love it. Listen, at the end of the day, it's not if, it's when there's going to be an accident,
Shit happens.
right? That's just what happens. So if you are in an accident, please call the ambulance, call 911, but then call 1-800-LAW Tigers.
America's Motorcycle Lawyers.
They will support you. It's no cost to you. And yeah, if you or someone you know is ever injured in a motorcycle accident, always call Law Tigers first. The service is at no cost to the riders, and they'll fight to get the riders taken care of and back on the road. With Law Tigers, you never ride alone.
1-800-LAW Tigers. Richie, you have any tech tips? You have any suggestions for people who do track days, maybe to focus on for their bikes? You have any tips?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
man.
have a Law
What do you
Tigers
got?
tech tip.
okay.
What's a tip that you have to offer, like some suggestion to a rider?
If it, like maybe your number one tip for somebody to start race.
To start racing.
Or if you're doing maybe track days and you want to get faster.
Maybe try to go to Garage 8 at Chihuahua. That's a good option.
Perfect. I
And
like
of
that.
course, a small bike, maybe 300.
Start on a smaller
Yeah.
bike. Yeah.
Work your way up.
Yeah, I agree.
Same.
Don't go out and get the
V4R.
the biggest V4R you can buy. Thank you. Yeah, like we said, 1-800-LAW Tigers. Give those guys a call if you ever need anything. But 2020 Honos, obviously you got on the Kawasaki, back with Grave support. What was that like getting on the Kawasaki from the R6? Obviously you spent quite a long time on the R6.
Yeah, honestly, when I signed the contract, I'm a little bit nervous. Nobody won with the 636. So in that moment,
Yeah, you were the first.
and I say maybe it's not a good option, but okay, for free,
Yeah,
let's go.
yeah.
And my
plus-
first test at Bottom Willow, very slow.
Really?
Yeah, no, like very strange, different bike
Yeah.
compared to R6. And after that, start COVID situation.
Right. Forgot
So
about
I'm
COVID.
for 3 or 4 months at home training, but nervous. Like, okay, I think maybe with the Kawasaki, I know won the championship. I don't know. And then finally start racing in July, I think June or
Yeah,
something.
something like that.
That's
May or June.
MotoAmerica is the first more sport
Yeah.
starting with the COVID situation, and I won the first race. So I say, wow,
Where was the first race that year?
Road America.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I remember that the Kawasaki had some legs. It was fast,
Fast.
but I think I remember you
Yeah,
chattering
some
a lot.
vibration
Like
on
you
the
could
front.
you
Always,
you
yeah.
could see it
Yeah.
on TV. If you're
Yeah.
just like, and is that something
was-
you just had
Yeah,
to?
just adapting and pushing and adapting to this vibration and go fast.
That's
Also, I lost so much weight that year. More like now, like maybe 6 or 7 pounds. Very
Less?
skinny. Yeah, less.
How much do you weigh now?
145,
So you were in the.
135.
Wow.
That's light.
So it helps a lot.
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Wow.
How was it working with Graves? Because at that point you were pretty much like the main focus for Chuck and Graves, which you
It's
know,
good. It's good,
Yeah.
I'm not talking really nothing with Graves, but I work with Chris Lessing.
Right.
So it's really good and very nice working with him. And yeah, it's
Because you worked with Chris.
Yeah, I think the year
21.
21, yeah, the year after, but still
But
working with.
good, and the bike is really good.
Yeah,
You know,
they did a
every
lot of
time
work.
new suspension, new exhaust, try different clutch, especially 2020. Then
Yeah.
in 21,
Yeah.
the bike is like same bike full year, but in 2020, so many things, electronics, this, body work, yeah.
Because in 2020 is kind of the first time I saw you, because I was in Europe and I came back, and I always was like, who is this guy? Like, because I didn't see, like, I was gone from essentially 14 until 18. So I never saw your come up. And it kind of, when I remember watching you, I remember, like, what sticks out to me is this and, like, super fast and loose. Now, is that a style you've always have? Like, have you always been kind of a looser rider where it's
Yes,
It's-
a little
it's
bit,
weird
especially on Super Sport. Yes,
just
yeah, on Superbike I need to change a little bit that style.
Relax a little bit. Tranquilo.
Relax, braking more on the
Tranquilo,
straight. You know,
yeah.
try to stop the bike good and then turn. Yeah, different, but
Yeah.
on Super Sport always like this.
Yeah.
And for the Kawasaki maybe good because
Yeah.
I
I
won
remember-
17 races.
The one track, every lap, the back tire, like, right next to the grass.
And using too much, I try to ride like Moto 3 bike or 300 bike and sliding and yeah.
Yeah. What about, like, the differences between, because you raced obviously in Mexico, you came to the U.S. Is there much different riding style coming from Mexico when you start riding in the U.S.? Like obviously the tracks are much more dangerous, so maybe you're a little more cautious in Mexico, or like
Yeah,
the
you have
way you ride
some
is a little bit different.
limitation in Mexico.
Yeah.
The problem is when you see the wall, just scary. So
Yeah.
you slow down, and it's why maybe the riders racing in Mexico no make a big steps. Okay, you have one limit.
Yeah.
I doing on my home track, 50 lap time each lap, and my dad when racing in maybe 2001 with the old R6. So I mean like 25 years later, doing 50s.
Same time.
So it's crazy.
Because
So the track is you have limit, no more. You know, past that limit
You have to
to adapt in, and that's it. And it's why maybe the level still the same every years.
yeah, because you don't get to reach your potential
Yeah.
because
And then the asphalt old and everything changed.
Yeah.
But when you come to America, maybe the brake point, braking harder here, attack more the apex, more aggressive on the throttle, better tires, better bikes, more people, like more crew chiefs. And just between Mexico and America, the difference.
Do you think that
And then when you go to Europe, it's just like crazy.
another level? Yeah.
The Valencia tracks, and this is amazing.
Yeah. Do you think that having to deal with the more difficult tracks and things like that made you better when you came to the U.S. and then now you could take away, like, it's more safe, but you're used to being a little more dangerous, so maybe you're comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, you ride in like shit tracks. So I come to Road Atlanta and say, "Okay, this is amazing.
This
and
is easy.
Yeah, pushing and you not care about nothing. Just
Yeah.
riding.
Yeah. Do you think that what do you think would make it easier for more Mexican riders to come to the U.S.? Obviously, rides and free rides, especially. But like, what would make the transition easier? I guess. Do you think?
The problem is I think it's the money.
Yeah.
The transition is not really difficult. You doing the same thing I do in 15. That's the best option. Try to come. And the problem is the people thinking, okay, I'm got one race and that's it. But you need to demonstrate you have maybe the talent or the hungry to push and training and keep working. So you need to try to come full season.
Yeah.
But
it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah. No, that makes sense for sure.
Do you think that with you kind of paving the way for Mexican riders, that has it opened up any more sponsorship for Mexican riders, either in Mexico or to be able to, I mean, obviously not to come to America because we haven't seen that, but has it opened up more either eyeballs or sponsorship money in Mexico to try to help bring the next rider through? Like, has there been more eyeballs since you've been over here? You've won a championship, you know, arguably the fastest Mexican rider in the U.S. in MotoAmerica. Has that helped in Mexico?
Not really, honestly. It's just different, difficult sport. But I know the young riders and the riders racing right now, the national championship, is looking to come to more America.
Yeah,
Like
you've shown that it's possible.
It's like, okay, Richie is racing there, he stayed there, and Superbike, why no? Why me no? You know, it's like, so I know like maybe 10 riders wants to come to more America to race 300 or
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now Chihuahua more Mexican.
Yeah, the one guy on Ducati is very good. He rides really good.
And is that, do you, like, when you go back home, do they, like, do you go to any of the local races?
Not really.
Okay.
No, not really.
Yeah. It's pretty spread apart too, right? Because like even like Guadalajara is far from you.
Far,
right?
like 5 hours driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same problem in the U.S. It's so big.
Yeah.
Right?
So
it's very spread out.
I sometimes I try to go, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
So you won the championship obviously in 2020. And you were the first Mexican to win a championship in the U.S. and MotoAmerica, and probably has there been any other Mexicans to win like any championships anywhere else in the world?
No. First time.
Yeah, so
first
that's
Mexican. Yeah.
That's very big for you and obviously for
me it's special. You know, to represent a country and win a national championship is my is the American dream. You know, finally after so many years working.
What did anything come out of that from Mexico? Like, did they recognize how big of an achievement that is, or is it because motorcycle racing isn't so popular? It was like no big deal.
No, but I have a couple TV interviews important. Also Telemundo here, Univision.
Mm-hmm.
So I have more interviews and more TV shows. That's it. But
do you think? Why do you think that there isn't more? Like you would think like that would be like the biggest news story, you know? I mean, obviously of like Checo, but like as far as that, there's not really so many people doing stuff outside of Mexico. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that they don't cover it more?
I don't know. It's just like these two same sports, you know, soccer, boxing, and that's it. No looking for more sports. And also the Olympics, you know, Mexican Olympics never have the good support to go to represent Mexico in good way, in the, you know, with good support and try to represent. It's just one sport, and now the F1 with Checo Perez is famous, but that's it. No, the Mexican no thinking too much about different sports like bikes or cars.
Yeah.
And you saw like overall is one representing IndyCar, like Pat Howard.
Right.
That's it. NASCAR, Daniel Suarez. That's it. And Richie in MotoAmerica, and that's it.
Yeah.
Checo Perez F1. I know more Mexican riders racing different championship in cars in Spain and in Europe, but no so many. It's maybe like cars and bikes and motocross and everything, maybe 20, 25 Mexican riders, no more.
And do you think, like I know in other countries like Venezuela or Brazil, like a lot of times the government actually supports like the athletic division of the government, right? They actually support athletes and stuff.
Venezuela and so
Venezuela,
I remember that,
right?
especially, yes. No, in Mexico,
nothing. Yeah, it's so interesting. You know, you think, like I said, because you know a lot of the South American countries, it's like their culture is so important to them, like in supporting people to grow and spread their country. Like you would think that there would be a bigger deal, and you know, I hopefully in the future, I know like you work with Mission now. I assume that's like pretty special just because it's a Mexican company.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
and they actually get to work with the Mexican riders. Like that's very cool.
It's really cool.
How is
have
that?
this support, you know.
How has that been working with Mr. G? Right? Is it?
Yeah, Juan Gonzalez. Mr. G, he's a legend.
It's really good.
What
Love the sport, you know.
Yes.
Like you feel have the like honest supporting.
Yeah.
He
It's not-
loves racing.
Yeah, he loves
general.
racing.
And how did that whole thing come together for you? Like,
Why?
Yeah, I mean,
More America.
okay.
More America asking Juan,
Hey.
hey, why not support the Mexican rider?
I know. We talked about that
Remember,
a couple of
yeah.
years ago. I'm like, because when we were riding together, I like literally put a list of like Mexican companies that I thought would make sense.
So many companies,
Yeah.
doing things here and in Mexico too, so like Mexico and American. But yeah, I remember you give me the list and
Yeah.
why not this?
Yeah.
And yeah, mission Juan just
Easy, done.
text me and say, I know you, but I know you from Mexico, so I want to support you. Like,
Yeah. You would think
So-
it would have been like #1 project to support Richie.
personal sponsor. That's my personal sponsor.
Okay, so not through the team.
Support the team, but it's personal sponsor.
Mm. See, like famous people, Pato Ward, Daniel Suarez. Obviously, Checo is very big, but those two other guys. Do you communicate?
No, really.
Really? So there's no
Yeah.
cross promotion between.
No.
I'm surprised
I
they
really
don't
want
do that.
to see Pato. What I think is a nice person.
Yeah.
And I know Daniel Suarez race with Trackhouse
Yeah.
in NASCAR.
Yeah.
So he watched MotoGP and he say, it's
Yeah.
it's funny just to see another Mexican watching the MotoGP and he knows I'm racing more American, represent Mexico like him on
Yeah.
NASCAR, you know.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, like
Do we need to make that connection then?
You'd think there would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think there would be an easy way to bring it together. You know.
yeah,
Like, it should.
maybe I
It
send a
should.
text like, hey, why I'm Richie and why not come one more America race?
Yeah.
There you go.
No,
You know?
definitely.
Yeah, MotoAmerica would easily support that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that would be cool. I think we've talked about it, like I said, in the past before about sponsors and stuff. It just seems like when you think about marketing and the fact that you're one guy, right, with a whole country behind you, it should be a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be.
I think
But
the same thing
yeah.
always. But
we need to find you a manager, a brand manager or something.
Yeah. Something.
But well, what's next for you? Obviously, we're going into the season. You did the 200, which was good, but difficult. I'm
Yeah,
sure you
yeah.
wanted to win.
Heartbreak is
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, Daytona don't like me. I think.
I thought this was your year.
Yeah.
But-
I changed my lap record, the fastest lap,
Yeah.
everything for try to win. But
Didn't work out.
And it
the
just
most important for me is just so when I finish the fuel, when I go slow to the finish line and finally cross the finish line, I say, okay, Richie, I think Daytona, the most important is win. Second or fourth or fifth or crash,
Doesn't
don't make
matter.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I say, relax, win together, lost together,
Yeah.
as a team. And I say, okay, next.
next year.
Next
Yeah.
year. Yeah. No, it was still a good weekend though, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
And
Now, new Superbike season, so I make a big progress on my bike. Now it's a little bit better with the swing arm, the Japanese swing arm. Is when I finish on the podium and Austin,
Okay.
and then go to Jersey first day on dry conditions. I feel like I'm battle maybe for another podium, and then start raining. So I ride the bike yesterday after almost 7 months. So the feeling is same feeling.
Yeah.
So
That's always the best.
I hope to make a small step more and battle for the podiums. I think I need to be realistic. So I think the level is high, especially this year. Also, I think this year the full classes look like so many riders and
yeah.
level. So
Is
we'll
it
see.
and the bike is the same? No new parts for this year?
No new parts.
Okay.
Yeah, same bike.
Sometimes that's a blessing, right? Not getting new parts and being able to ride and be able to extract, from the same motorcycle instead of getting a bunch of new parts, and then now your first 2-3 rounds you're going through, and maybe it's not the same feeling. So at least you're FP1.
Yeah. Now I checked the bike yesterday. So starting brake. So the bike
Perfect.
is same bike to Austin race 2. and let's start like this tomorrow. We'll see.
Why was there a reason why there wasn't much testing for the winter, or?
I think too much stuff in the shop.
Yeah,
you know?
too much stuff going on.
I think like you lost so many time for Daytona 200, especially you have 4 riders. It's crazy.
It's a big project.
And then 6 riders this year on the Team Hammer. So that's twins, 3 Supersport, 2 Superbike. So difficult.
Wow, that's a
Difficult.
lot.
So
That's a lot of staff.
I ask him for more.
Yeah,
I know maybe the budget not have extra budget to try to test it more, but I'm happy to ride the bike before this weekend just to check a little bit, you know, to I have the same feeling or not. And Little Talladega is a funny track. I feel like I riding my Superbike on my home track.
Right. Yeah.
So it's funny.
It's crazy on a Superbike. Right. What do you think this year is the biggest thing that you're focusing on to try to improve? You know, obviously last year you made small improvements throughout the year, and then the bike got a little bit better too. But what are you trying to adjust with your riding to improve?
I want to improve my speed on the qualifying. Try always starting in first round or second round to stay close to the front group in the first laps.
Yeah.
I really want to. For me it's easier. You know, you stay with the group the 3 or 4 laps, then
the time comes a lot easier.
Then you just like this, and then you look the pit board and 6 laps to go.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, why not? So, but it's very important, especially with Gagne and Bobbier and these guys is doing so fast the first 2 laps. So that's my plan this year. Try to stay close, and then why not battle for the podiums.
Is that something? Sorry to cut you off, but working with Josh, I know that's something Josh is always with everyone he works with. It seems like is like one of the most important things is like up to speed right away.
Yes,
you know, that's something he talks about a lot.
So yesterday I working at home to try to do 20 laps on my bike, but I always do like 50, no? And no, 51. Lap 10, 50. Lap 15, 49. So now when go out, I try to do 49 in lap 2, like this.
Yeah.
So yesterday I ride for the first time my B bike. I have two bikes, so I race with the A bike, and I try the B bike after almost a year. Okay, I for some reason I like more the A bike, and my crew chief say try the B bike just to see it's running.
yeah.
And I make my fastest lap time, lap 2 yesterday on the B bike.
Perfect.
With the old swing ram with
so you go
not
back.
the Austin podium bike.
So the A bike is now the B bike, or
no? I make for both one for today. For this weekend.
Oh, perfect.
So half and a half.
Okay.
I like. It's good to know. You know, I like these things.
Now, how hard is it for people that don't know? Like MotoAmerica Superbike, the races are pretty long. They're GP almost length. Like they're very long Superbike races. How physical is it? Like, is it at the end of the race? Are you like? Is it tough, or are you? No problem. I mean, it's okay to be
I think
fatigued.
it's tough.
Yeah.
But to me, I prefer a little bit more laps.
Really?
I remember in 17, 18, Superbike doing like 22 or 23 laps. This year it's only 19 or 18.
Yeah. This is insane.
But it's
a lot.
It's a lot. Superbike is difficult. It's difficult. Especially you don't have the right setting. Then you start spinning everywhere and just full throttle and spinning, and you stay in the same corner like 5 hours, and then next corner. It's difficult, but to me, I prefer a little bit more laps, and maybe my condition make some difference and make one step more in the last 3-4 laps. You know.
Okay, interesting.
But, no, I mean, you train obviously a lot.
Yeah.
So you can see how that would play into it. What is your goal? You know, you won the Supersport Championship. Obviously, you want to be more consistent. Podiums, all that stuff is great for Superbike and maybe a championship, right? What about beyond that? Like, do you want to stay in America forever? You know, obviously at your age, you're going to be 30 next year, 29 this year. But
I'm a dreamer guy, so I want to win a Superbike Championship and Daytona 200. And I think if me won that championships or Superbike champion, maybe I'm done.
Really?
So that's my plan for the moment. Maybe I need 10 years to win a Superbike championship. I race 10 years more. One of my goals is win Superbike champion, and if me win, like, why not this year? Maybe no more racing in 25.
Wow.
Really? So that's you
my
just-
mentality.
You don't want to back it up. You
No. I think me won one day Superbike champion done.
Wow.
That's-
Why?
It's so many years racing.
Yeah.
I love the sport. I love the come to the country. I love this championship, but it's hard to train in every day. Eat healthy. It's hard, hard life. The people say, oh, the riders just enjoy the races and going different states and good food and good person. Sometimes private flights with the good sponsor, but it's difficult. So I'm tired to wake up every morning. I feel like I'm professional racer, and it's a strange feeling.
Yeah.
So it's why I'm decide to, if me won the Superbike champion, stop racing.
Was that always?
But maybe I need 20 years, and maybe then
Yeah.
I'm like Just Hayes,
Well,
But Just Hayes win like 100 races and 4 championship, but maybe we'll see. But
yeah. Do you think?
I know. And also I know want to back to Europe.
You
honestly.
don't.
No
interest.
no Superbike. No.
Yeah,
No
okay.
more.
Yeah.
I think
That's okay.
my time passed.
Yeah. Has that always been your mindset though? Like when you were growing up, you're like, I just want to win one championship, and then done, or just as you've gotten older?
No, I just say, okay, I won a Supersport Championship. Why not Superbike champion? And that's it. But we'll see. The riders always say, I want to retire, and then
Yeah. Of course.
15 later, Rich is racing. Yeah, keep
It's
racing.
hard. It's hard to give
It
up
is
once.
hard.
And then maybe you won a championship, and then you have more money or
Yeah.
better contract. And
Exactly.
you say, why not
one
number
more.
one on the on
Yeah.
the bike and one more? You
Yeah.
know, let's see. We'll
Yeah.
see. But
Okay.
I push hard to. I know it's difficult, but to win a Superbike champion one.
Yeah.
day.
We are rooting for you for
Thank
sure.
you, thank you.
Coming from those years, obviously you went from, coming here in a van with your family, to then like having to pay for rides or expenses and things like that. I assume now you're at the point in your career where you're not paying for anything. Hopefully you're making some money. Hopefully
I
good
make some
money.
Yeah.
How much different is your mindset? Is it still the same as when you showed up in a van, or do you feel different now because you have not so much stress about that side of things?
I think you miss something when you not have the 10 people working with you. You miss, clean your stuff, help your dad to change the tires. I miss that feeling. So for me, every year and every race weekend, I'm more nervous and more stressed. I don't know why. I have a big truck, big team, good bike, but every time when I close the gap with the front group and improve my lap times, I'm sleepless. It's crazy,
Yeah.
The people are thinking, I want to be like Gagne,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
try to win every race weekend is difficult. So
Especially,
I miss a little bit when you come with your van, and if you won is amazing. If you crash, it's amazing too.
Yeah.
So now for me, every time when I go faster, it's more pressure and more nervous and everything crazy.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it because it is. It is, especially you climb the ladder.
Yeah, you have everything, but
more expectation from everybody, and as the podium, you dream of getting a Superbike podium. Now you've got one, and everyone's like, "Okay, we
Where's
need
the
more.
win?
We
when's
need,
the win?
where's the
That's the
championship?
question.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's like it's hard that we walk in this weird realm where expectation supersedes everything.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's almost like a sales guy. Like you sell something and instantly he's like, "What's next?" And you're like, "Can I enjoy it still?" Like I've worked 10 years to get here. Like
Yeah.
So I can understand that and sympathize with that. But dude,
Well,
I think
yeah.
it's it.
yeah.
This is I'm very
We
interested.
got to
Thank
keep
you,
Richie
thank
on
you.
schedule. He's 1:00.
Yeah,
It's 10 after. You were a little late, so we were a
Hey.
little late.
yeah.
But no,
we're
we
good.
really appreciate you coming on the podcast. for me, it's something I wanted to do for a while, because I think
I
people should get to know you more. Like I think there's a lot more to you than people get to know, unfortunately. So I think hopefully people will enjoy this one a lot, and we'll learn some more stuff about you, and maybe we'll get to do it again after you win your race.
Win the first Superbike race.
Let's go.
Let's go.
But before, we've got one question.
Yes.
And what is have you listened to the podcast ever?
Yes, a couple. I watched I listened the Real Roberts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what's coming?
Yeah.
So what's your death row meal? So essentially,
You did something bad. You got stuck at the border. They wouldn't let you across. They put you in jail for the rest of your life.
and
Death row.
you've got one meal to eat. Drink, food, dessert. What is it?
For my entire
Before they
tacos al pastor.
That's it.
Yeah.
Margarita.
Not really. I don't like drink, so let's see. Maybe shake, milkshake.
Like a protein shake.
No. No. Maybe Oreo cookies and cream.
Okay.
Yeah. Tacos al pastor is really good with pineapple.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Yeah.
Do you have a local spot where do you guys have? Do you make them at home, or is it a local spot that is very?
Maybe looking the sunset on the ocean.
Do you live by the ocean?
No, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
why. No, it's why I maybe.
But
Yeah.
do you have like certain spots there that are like, this is the taco place that everybody goes to, or is everybody just make their own?
No, I think maybe.
Like, do you have a
maybe
favorite
small-
spot?
Yes, maybe a small place close to my house.
What's it
Like,
called?
I call a Boris. That's the name for the guy. Yeah.
Okay, we have to go.
Okay.
I heard your grandma makes good enchiladas.
Yeah. It's also good.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, it's more difficult. Maybe. I think yes. Dinner with my family, enchiladas.
Enchiladas.
That's-
Okay.
Well, hopefully she doesn't listen and gives you a
With
Richie.
some mission tacos.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
This weekend
You gotta have
Yeah.
mission tacos.
before the race, burrito mission
Yeah.
tortilla.
Richie, it's been amazing to get to know you more, and I'm so stoked you've been on the podcast now, and I hope everybody really takes this and gets to know you and understands where you've come from, and we're so proud to have you here in America, and to represent the Mexican country and Mexico. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for everything, and good luck this weekend. Also.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao, arigato.